Hey guys, it's Avery, host of Tweendom Talk Show, and welcome to another episode of Avery's Top 7 Tweendom Talk Show picks. So yesterday we discussed a little bit about one of my favorite episodes, which was the first part of Tweendom in the Kitchen, and it was really fun to talk about with you guys, show some of my favorite highlights. But today we will be talking about one of my other favorite episodes, which is Coping with 2020. This was our very 10th episode of Tweendom Talk Show, and it was very great to talk about considering the crazy year that we're in. So first off, hi, I'm Avery. If you've never seen my face before, I am the host of Tweendom Talk Show, and feel free to follow our YouTube and our Facebook so you'll never miss an episode. And also make sure to follow my personal Instagram so you guys will get updates on whenever we are coming out with a new episode of Tweendom. We're doing this series leading up to our huge 25th episode, which will be on October 16th, 2020. Next Friday, and I know that you guys are really gonna love it, so make sure every single day this week to come back and watch Avery's Top 7 Tweendom Talk Show picks. So let's get right into my highlights for episode 10, Coping with 2020. Episode I feel was very important, and that's the main reason why I liked it. We discussed a lot about the crazy year 2020 that we're in.
So this week, like I mentioned last week, is a very special episode because of everything that is going on in 2020 right now, because let's be real, 2020 has been a real crazy year. So what we are actually doing today is I have an amazing teen panel that's actually going to be on the show with me today, with a moderator and an amazing special guest.
Discussing 2020, I have to admit, was a little bit of a hard topic because so many crazy things have happened this year, crazy good, crazy bad, and I just feel like it started a lot of emotions, especially between youth. So I feel like it was very, very important to talk about, a little bit difficult, but I was very glad that we were able to have the amazing panel that we did so we can all discuss, learn a little bit about each other's feelings, and also help the audience understand how they're feeling too, and help guide the audience with some ways to cope with the insane year that we're in.
I'm Dr. Crushshon, and I am from Chicago, but I'm actually in Atlanta. I just moved here last year, a year and a half ago. I'm going to answer some of the questions that you all answered. I didn't want to jump in because I was taking notes, but I'm going to touch on some of you all's answers and also give you all my answers because I want you all to know that this is a shared experience.
Another highlight that I personally had was that we had the amazing Dr. Crushshon, who was on the show with us, who was giving us some advice about how to cope. And we also learned a little bit about the business that she has as well. So I feel like one thing about having her on the show was very amazing to be able to help unleash some of our inner feelings about this year and also help guide the audience as well. She's so great to have around. She's very bright. She is very, very bright and wise, and I just learned so much from her that day, and I know that the audience did as well. So it was very great to have her on the show, and I feel like just having her on there with us was one of my highlights and definitely was one of the things that made it one of my favorite episodes.
Hey everyone, I'm Darian. I'll be your moderator today. Can I introduce everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I'll just ask the questions and you have something to say. You can answer, and if we have two people who want to talk at one time, we'll just duke it out, or I'll just choose.
Another highlight for this episode was the great moderator that we had on there, Darian Tene. I love her so much. She's just such a bundle of joy, and it was just very, very empowering to have her on there because even though she was just the moderator, she was so much more than that. She really just helped bring out the best in us, kind of helped us come together, especially us who were on the panel, kind of just speaking about our 2020 experience. And having her on there was very enlightening. I just loved being able to hear her empowering, amazing voice just kind of speak to us and help us learn a little bit about our inner feelings. So just learning some of those different things throughout this episode, I feel was very helpful to me and was very beneficial to the audience as well. I do not think the show would have been as great as it was without her being there, so that definitely was one of my prime highlights for me. And lastly, not to mention just the stuff that we talked about in general. We talked about the social issues. We talked about COVID. We just talked about so many things that are going on in this world today that are good and bad, and kind of helped us see the bright side and the low side of it. And also just helping make people aware of what's going on in the world right now is very important. And I feel like being able to do that on Tweendom Talk Show was something that I am blessed to be able to do. And I feel like this show really just helped me realize that my voice matters, and everyone else's voice who's on the show matters as well, along with everybody's voice in this world matters. And I just really hoped that with this episode I was able to get that message out to the audience. And I just really wanted the audience to know that no matter how hard this year is, I mean, this year is not over for 2 more months, and we have no idea what 2021 will bring, if 2020 can bring around a global pandemic. So I feel just being able to talk about something as serious as this year on Tweendom Talk Show was just one of the things that really made this episode stand out to me, that just really made it a highlight. And not to mention, that's the episode that actually has the most views because of what we actually talked about on there. So being able to do that and inspire that many people, it was just really, really great for me. And I honestly think that may be one of my favorites. I think that's actually my favorite episode. So just the topics that we talked about on there was highlight number one, like highlight of the year, like hands down. So thank you guys so much for watching part 2 of Avery's top 7 Tweendom Talk Show picks. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and remember to go back and watch the episode if you didn't already. Make sure to mark in your calendars October 16th, 2020 for our huge 25th episode that will be live streaming that day on YouTube and Facebook. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another pick, and I will see you guys October 16th for our 25th episode. Bye!